that chair because you've been there. You get that chair because you work for it. And so that is one of the reasons that I'm running for Senate District 48. I believe that we should raise the minimum wage. And remember I said I worked minimum wage jobs. I worked at Oklahoma Hospital and cleaning rooms. You say, how could I do that? A woman with a degree. The assumption believes that because you have a degree, you're not a victim of domestic violence. Untrue. Because the first thing with domestic violence is your self-esteem is nothing. And even with a degree, I didn't feel worthy. So I worked in the hospital. I cleaned rooms. I emptied bedpans. So I know what it is. And so I know what it is when you go downtown Oklahoma City and you see the homeless. Because for 2 years I lived on the streets of Oklahoma City.
Come on with that.
And carried everything around in bags. And washed in the bus station. So I know that something has to be done about economic development in this city. Something has to be done about minimum wage that people can live day to day. Because you cannot, and I don't care what they say on the TV. I don't care how many times that Langford and T.W. Shannon and Turner say that, you know, that folks are robbing the government. Let him live on minimum wage. Let T.W. go down to Jesus' house. Let Langford go camp out under the bridges. Now, we know he worked at a camp. But let him camp under the bridges and see what it takes. Then I believe that as women, our rights should be protected.
No question.
That a man shouldn't decide what I do with my body.
I got you.
This is my body.
You got one with you.
God made me as an individual. And I have a right to decide that this is my body. And that many times men have the assumption that because they say women's right, we're talking about just do abortions. But you have to be in a situation being raped and a victim of incest. And men tell you to have the baby. Again, I say, let them have the baby. Let them go through 9 months of agony and despair. And so I stand for women's rights.
Great. All right. I like
I
that.
stand for true reforming of our criminal justice system. And I said it last night. When we can stop Republicans from pimping the system, because that's what they're doing to our correction system. They're pimping it. Because they're putting individuals that made some mistakes and some choices on life, they're putting them on the street. Because they're paying them nothing for what they do. So what's the difference in them pimping and that pimp on 23rd or that pimp on the south side? You know the only difference? They're wearing a suit.